energy is connected to Earth. Jehovah's seals. What are J seals? A Jehovah's seal is like an energy block, an unnatural implant in your body. These seals are usually found on the left side of the body, and they cause physical problems, sickness, pain, and even death. They block your energy flow. And where did they come from? J seals are energy blocks put on Earth by Jehovah and Anunnaki. They are found at special energy lines on Earth called axiotonal lines, and it's axiotonal line 7. And when Earth gets these seals, we get them too because our energy is connected to Earth, and everyone has these seals until they are removed. And why do we have these seals? Different alien races put these seals on Earth a long time ago, and they affect humans and how we have evolved on Earth. Where are these seals located? Well, J Seal 1 is on top of the skull, and it was activated in May 2001. J Seal 2 is the heart, left lung, left knee, rear, and it was activated in May 2001. J Seal 3 is the pineal gland, and that was activated July of 2001. J Seal 4 is on the left side of the neck and the lymphatics, and it was activated in January 2002. J Seal 5 is the rear, left thigh, and buttocks, and that was activated January 2002. J Seal 6 is on the top left shoulder, activated September 2002. J Seal 7 is the aorta, artery, neck, left side, and that was activated September 2002. And why haven't we heard about these J Seals? Well, before now, Complexity Understanding Jehovah's Seals involves knowledge of energy, anatomy, and metaphysics. Specialized knowledge information about these seals is often found in spiritual and alternative health communities, and it's not mainstream education and media focused more on conventional topics. It's ancient knowledge, and these seals are often connected to ancient texts and esoteric teachings. And the J seals and the stellar activation cycles have things in common. The J seals become activated during special times called stellar activation cycles, and that was from 2012 to 2022, and it opens certain seals. This prepares Earth and people for big changes called the Ascension, which is part of the Yuaga cycle, and that happens every 26,556 years. How do these seals and Earth's grids affect us? The Earth in our bodies, Earth, are built the same way energetically, and we are directly connected to Earth. And knowing about the 15-dimensional time matrix and the anatomy, the 12-strand DNA templates, the Kathara grids, the chakras, meridians, axiotonal lines, help us understand these connections. We have energy grids everywhere, and if someone damages Earth's grids, they also harm our personal energy grids, the DNA templates, and our chakras, and our morphogenetic chakras. We have 7 J seals that are connected to Earth's grids and are passed on to us. So everyone on Earth has these seals. Many disasters in Earth's histories have harmed us and reducing our lifespan, brain function, and spiritual awareness. This is the historical impact that has on us humans. The J seals are the worst, especially now during a stellar activation cycle, and these seals cause many physical, mental, and emotional problems. These seals look like energetic plugs running down the left side of the body. We can quickly and permanently remove these J seals and other unnatural implants inherited from Earth's grids. When normal seals in Earth and our personal grids open, the J seals open as well. And these seals aim to pull Earth and its life forms into the phantom matrix. Humans are meant to have 12 dimensions of consciousness and ascend between dimensions. And that is an angelic human. Now, indigos have more connections to more dimensions based on their DNA template. DNA distortions in J seals have blocked this ability for over 200,000 years, and it's kept Earth in lower dimension and dimensional frequency bands. And now, with enough frequency on this planet, we can clear these J seals and ascend when the stargates open. And even ascended masters need to clean these seals if they incarnate on Earth. J seals start affecting you 3 to 12 months after they open, and if you've had issues on the left side of your body in the last 4 to 5 years, it could be because of these J seals. And when you remove a J seal, the physical problems, they can stop. Besides J seals, there are other unnatural seals and implants to remove to improve health and prevent future diseases. We inherit unnatural seals because of our connection to Earth. We have an energetic connection, and these affect our genetics and our ability to ascend. These seals cause death and have led to a cycle of reincarnation. They affect all living beings, including animals. People with these seals cannot connect to their higher selves for guidance and purpose. So if you're having issues being able to hear yourself, connect to the higher levels of the heavenly realms, or to hear yourself with intuition, your seals are the problem. There are unnatural seals and implants. One is called the Zeta seal, and that's located in the fourth chakra. That's your heart chakra, and it blocks unconditional self-love and love for others. It affects human behavior and culture. We have Metatronic implants, and they spread throughout our auric field. They prevent energy bodies from fully integrating and merging with the physical body. There's Templar seals, which removed certain codes from DNA strands, preventing higher frequencies for ascension, and that happened in 8000 BC. There's the Templar Axion seals, applied in 1500 BC, and that prevents DNA from assembling adequately for higher dimensions. There's also the Crown of Thorns, and that's above the head. That's distortion energy flow, blocking primal life force currents. There's the Tower of Babel seal, and that's caused by the invader races that happened 3470 BC. Those are mutated DNA blocking Kundalini flow and shortening our lifespan. A special healing session to permanently remove these 7 bad J seals and other implants for our body, mind, and soul. These seals are in everyone, and when born, they block our natural light. They were put here by aliens a long time ago. So to do the removal of these seals, we will have better health, will experience less pain after the seals are removed. And this is because the J seals cause sickness, pain, and even death. Connecting to your higher self and feeling your light becomes easier, which helps you live your best life. You'll notice signs and messages from your higher self and even guides. You'll feel grounded and energized, and you'll definitely feel a stronger connection to the universe. Individuals who do remove their Jehovian seals also is supporting the earth and ascension. You're bringing more light into your body. The earth and humans are closely connected. If something harms the earth's energy, it harms our energy too, because we're all connected. And the J seals exist in earth's energy grids, and we inherit them in our energy fields. Over years and years of events of history that have hurt our energy, reducing our lifespan, reducing our brain function and our spiritual awareness and our connection to God, consciousness, source, these seals have completely blocked us. And we are at special times. We are in the ascension, and it's a stellar activation cycle, and these seals are activating and causing more problems now than ever. And it's the perfect time to clear these seals to get your energetic system back in alignment. Prior to a J seal removal session, I will perform an energy clearing exercise to ensure your energy is protected during the J seal removal process. This is a mandatory step that I do for moving forward with the removal of J seals. We can do it in your home, my home, or online via Zoom, and I will record this session. If we do the session remotely, be sure to find a quiet place where you can relax without any distractions and focus your thoughts on removing the seals and all the bad things that they bring to your energetic body. This session entails working on your soul and energy and clearing the bad seals and implants. The session will be to remove these seals. It usually lasts about an hour depending on the resistance I feel with your energetic body. And if you have any problems on the left side of your body, we set intentions to free those during this session. So what happens after the session? You might feel different because the energy is now flowing properly. And many have reported that they feel different. Some may feel dizzy and much lighter. I know I did feel those symptoms. But the issues like your back and neck and knee pain might go away. Breathing and blood flow can be improved as well. And a benefit of removing the J seal from the pineal gland is increased psychic abilities and intuition. And problems in the areas where J seals were located may start to disappear after the session. Restoring your divine blueprint allows you to connect yourself to higher levels of selves, and you will feel stronger and connected to Earth as well. It's important to take care of your health before and after the session. It's important to drink lots of water and listen to your body and what it needs. It's important to rest up and relax for the remainder of the day after a J seal removal, because you may feel or experience dizziness and lightness. Old feelings and thoughts may come back up, but they will pass, and you will need to work through some of these as well. And this is also called integration, and I am available for helping you to integrate. Removing J seals is psychic surgery, etheric surgery, and it helps your energy flow better, and it connects you to higher levels of self. It takes time to get used to these changes, and that is why integration is important. Your mind and brain will start to understand spirituality a lot more, and consciousness connection. The removal can also help with physical symptoms. This is very important for your health and your well-being. And don't forget that J seals block natural light, and they cause a lot of problems. So removing these seals helps improve your health, your spiritual growth, and your connection to the Earth, and it also helps the Earth's grids. It gives you a powerful healing that can change your life and also help the planet. Removing these seals helps integrate higher parts of self. It creates a better energy flow and higher frequency connection in your connection to the Earth's grids as well, because we are all connected to the Earth's grids. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to working on your energy fields and removing your J seals to help improve your health and connection to the universe. Much love.
Hi, everyone. I have our amazing guest today, which this is part two that we've been waiting for. It's David Case, and he is going to give a bio, and we're going to have some phenomenal things to talk about today. David?
Yes, my name is David Case, and I'm an electronic engineer, and I'm a knowledge seeker in general. I try to acquire knowledge in many different subjects. But when I was young, I started teaching myself electronics, and I began to invent many devices and systems. And when I tried to patent one of my inventions, I was attacked with high technology, what is called sonic weapon tinnitus, similar to our diplomats in Cuba, the Havana syndrome. And this is meant to debilitize a person and remove them from society. And make a long story short, I ended up inventing a countermeasure for the sonic weapon tinnitus, and I give it out on my website. And so far, we've helped over 3,200 people.
Amazing.
Yeah, it stops phantom sounds such as tinnitus, voices. It does several things to help people in their activity, neural activity. The place I grew up is very interesting, though. It is called Times Beach, Missouri, and the Department of Defense started spraying dioxin on us when I was 5 years old. And we'll talk about that in a future interview, but I've actually traced that to a facility that made Agent Orange for Vietnam. And 6 months after they stopped spraying Vietnam, they started spraying Times Beach, Missouri. And we kids would ride our bikes right behind the truck spraying the black ooze. And it was, they actually had to burn the soil when they closed the town down because of how
Wow.
toxic this dioxin is. So,
And you said it's a
there's,
black goo?
yeah, it was a black oil, and the purpose of the oil, publicly was to stop the dust. All the roads were dirt roads, and a car drove by, big dust clouds. So the town hired a guy to spray used motor oil, is what we thought. The town thought was being sprayed. Come to find out, it was coming from a Department of Defense facility, and it was so toxic that they, had to buy out the town and all this. The official story in the newspapers and news was it was an accident, but I have inside information. They wanted a test bed inside the United States to find out what dioxin would do to people. They just sprayed Vietnam for a long time with Agent Orange, which has dioxin in it. And all they knew is that it killed everything it touched. Killed trees, animals,
Oh, my God.
yeah. So what I believe is they wanted to do experiments on the town to see what dioxin by itself would do to people. And
And
like we're getting ready to talk about, the U.S. has a long history of experimenting on its own people.
mhm. Right, and we're going to get into that a little more. Do you know what the rate of cancer and illness is in that town?
Yeah, it was very bad, but Time Magazine called dioxin the Darth Vader of all chemicals. It is the worst substance to have on your body or in your body. And what a lot of people don't realize, this is toxic waste from bleach and soap manufacturing. So right now, every American that uses dish detergent, shampoo, bleach, laundry detergent is getting small amounts of dioxin on their plates. They're eating it, on their clothes. It's being absorbed into their skin. And it's the smallest amount they could measure still lowered the immune system in the tests they did.
Wow.
So,
What?
I go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, almost everyone uses something like that. So what would you say are good alternatives for people?
Well, organic soaps,
Mm-hmm.
which are based off of plant material. The old time lye soap is one of the best, but, and that's another point in our discussion here in a little while. They tell you to wash your hands with soap and water 10 times a day. And
Right.
what this does, because of the dioxin and the other chemicals that leach into your hands, it lowers your immune system. It makes you more vulnerable to flus, colds, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So, in other words, if we didn't have this policy of putting small amounts of poison in our foods, our soaps, and all of this to make people sick so the medical industry makes a lot of money, then, we would be a much healthier nation, and it goes to my whole point how our civilization has many what are called designed failures.
Mm-hmm.
They want certain things to fail. In other words, if nobody got sick, the medical industrial complex would just collapse.
Right.
If there were no wars, the medical industrial complex would collapse. So they have to have wars, they have to have enemies, we have to have sick people is what the government believes,
Right. I also think this is all something that degrades your mental capacity over time.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this allows them to sell billions and billions of more pharmaceuticals, which actually have side effects and cause you to get worse in other areas.
Exactly. So we're going to be going into, I think the last time we did our show, we ended talking about the God Code.
Yes,
And yeah,
yes.
so I thought, we could start from there. And
Yeah.
just so everyone knows, there is a list of things that we're going to go into. Um, as well, the history of high tech that goes back thousands of years, the history
Yes.
of US government experimentation on its citizens and the relationship between Hitler and eugenics program in the US to eliminate the unwanted races of people, the true physics of subatomic particles. Matter is generated and sent from heavenly systems and propagated here as atoms, and the actions of man to take over these systems and kick God out of this world. This is the list that David made, and that we're going to go into this and other areas as well.
Yes, the God Code you mentioned, actually, they have used supercomputers and found hidden codes in the English language. They have found hidden codes in the scriptures of the Bible. And there are hidden codes everywhere. And this is the fingerprint of God. This is, what we are to look for as evidence to prove God exists. And it's not too hard if you try. And, the codes in the English language were revealed long time ago. In the War of 1812, when we defeated Britain, their general, when they were signing a treaty to give up, the general leaned over and told our person at the signing, you may have beat us militarily, but we're going to beat you financially by the year 2000 because of a hidden code in the English language. Now, he was off a few years. It actually happened in 1913. That's when the Federal Reserve took over this country, and we aren't even allowed to print our own money anymore. We're actually not the same country. We're just a piece of what we used to be. And, you know, we need to educate ourselves on these hidden codes. And then they took the Bible and ran it through a supercomputer, and they found out that there are many, many, many other books within the Bible in code. And if you know about the Bible, it was not a book back then. It was letters written from individuals to churches. They just assembled it into a book. And a lot of these writers did not know each other. So this was not a code put in the Bible by men. This was inspired by God. So they started finding predictions of the future in these codes in the Bible. And one of them named an Israeli leader that was going to be assassinated and had the date. But they found this information hours before the assassination was to take effect, to happen. They immediately tried to contact this Israeli leader's office to warn him. The message got there an hour late. He was assassinated on the date that the hidden code in the Bible revealed. So the code has been proven to exist, and that these predictions are real. And I'm going to take it a step further. You know about the book of life. You know, it talks about if you change one word in the Bible, your name will be taken out of the book of life.
Right.
You know what that book of life is?
Would that be the codes?
Yes.
Mhm.
That is the book of life. It is intertwined into the actual scriptures. So there's many, many books, encoded information in the Bible. And it actually talks about in Revelations a sealed book that no one could open. And they started to weep, and one of the angels said, "Weep not, someone has prevailed to open the book." And I began to look at everything around me. I'm like, well, I know there's hidden codes everywhere, you know.
Mhm.
And I grew up on top 40 music, and, you know, I actually fall asleep with the headphones on the top 40, and I would memorize the words to the songs and the bands and all this. So I began to look at the songs, the lyrics, and I actually found a code.